Have you ever woken up, rubbed your eyes, and thought, why does everything feel blurry this morning? The numbers on the clock are fuzzy, the words in the newspaper seem to swim. You blink hard, trying to clear the fog, but it doesn't quite go away. If you're over 60 and noticing that your vision feels weaker, especially first thing in the morning or at the end of a long day, what I'm about to share could genuinely change everything for you. This isn't about expensive eye drops, complicated supplements, or waiting for your next ophthalmology appointment hoping for a miracle prescription. This is about 3 specific foods you probably walk past in the grocery store every single week, that contain the exact compounds your eyes desperately need to repair themselves while you sleep. Now, I know that might sound almost too simple. How can eating 3 foods before bed actually help repair aging eyes? Let me explain. My name is Dr. Robert Anderson, and after over 22 years working with older adults in clinical practice, specializing in age-related health optimization, I've watched hundreds of seniors struggle with declining vision, dry eyes, night blindness, difficulty reading, that constant sense that everything is just slightly out of focus. Most people accept this as inevitable aging. My eyes are just getting old, they say with resignation. But here's what I've learned. Your eyes aren't simply wearing out, they're starving. After age 60, your body's ability to transport specific nutrients to the delicate tissues of your eyes drops dramatically. Research from the University of California found that microcirculation, the tiny blood vessels that feed your retina, can decrease efficiency by up to 40% as we age. That means even if you're eating well during the day, those critical nutrients may never actually reach the cells in your eyes that need them most. But there's a window of time when nutrient delivery to your eyes becomes remarkably more efficient, and that window opens at night while you sleep. Studies published in the Journal of Ophthalmic Research showed that the repair mechanisms in your retinal cells are most active during deep sleep cycles. Your eyes literally rebuild themselves overnight, repairing oxidative damage, regenerating light-sensitive cells, producing protective moisture, but they can only do this if they have the raw materials they need. That's where these 3 foods come in. They contain the precise combination of compounds that cross into the bloodstream quickly and efficiently, reach the microcirculation of your eyes during overnight repair cycles, provide the exact building blocks your retinal cells need to regenerate, protect against the oxidative stress that accelerates age-related vision decline. I'm going to walk you through exactly what these 3 foods are, why the science shows they work synergistically when taken together before bed, and how to prepare them for maximum absorption. But before we dive in, I need one small favor. If what I'm sharing resonates with you, if you or someone you love has been struggling with declining vision and feeling frustrated that nothing seems to help, please hit that subscribe button right now. I create videos like this every week to help people over 60 reclaim their health through evidence-based, practical strategies that actually work. Turn on notifications so you never miss future content. And as we go through this together, I'd love to know, where in the world are you watching from right now? Drop your age and your country or city in the comments below. It genuinely helps me understand who this message is reaching, and it reminds all of us that vision decline is a universal challenge we're facing together. Now, let's talk about your eyes. Let's talk about why they're struggling. And let's talk about the 3 foods that can help them repair themselves while you sleep. Why this matters after 60, the aging eye crisis. Before we get to the 3 foods, you need to understand what's happening inside your eyes right now, at this very moment. If you're over 60, your eyes are some of the most metabolically active tissues in your entire body. The photoreceptor cells in your retina, the rods and cones that allow you to see light, color, and detail, regenerate constantly. They're replacing damaged cellular components, rebuilding protective structures, fighting oxidative stress from light exposure. But this constant regeneration requires enormous amounts of specific nutrients, antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, omega-3 fatty acids, particularly DHA, vitamin A precursors, zinc, compounds that protect the delicate lipid membranes of your photoreceptor cells. Here's the problem. After age 60, 3 critical changes happen in your body that starve your eyes of these nutrients. First, microcirculation declines. The tiny capillaries that deliver blood to your retina become less efficient. Even if you're eating nutrient-rich foods during the day, those nutrients may not reach the back of your eye where they're needed most. Second, digestive absorption weakens. Your stomach produces less acid. Your intestinal lining becomes less permeable to fat-soluble vitamins. That means even when you consume the right nutrients, your body may not absorb them efficiently. Third, systemic inflammation increases. Low-grade chronic inflammation, what researchers call inflammaging, damages the blood-retinal barrier and accelerates oxidative stress in your eyes. The result? Your eyes are trying to repair themselves every single night, but they're doing it with insufficient raw materials. It's like trying to rebuild a house with only half the lumber and nails you need. Over months and years, this deficit adds up. Macular pigment density, the protective layer of lutein and zeaxanthin in your retina, gradually declines. Studies show that by age 70, nearly 60% of adults have significantly depleted macular pigment compared to their levels at age 40. Without this protection, your photoreceptor cells become vulnerable. Light exposure creates free radicals that damage cellular structures faster than your body can repair them. That's why your vision seems worse in bright light. That's why you struggle with glare from headlights at night. That's why reading fine print becomes exhausting. Your eyes aren't broken, they're starving. And most doctors never explain this to you. They check your prescription. They screen for cataracts or glaucoma. They tell you to eat more vegetables without explaining which vegetables, how much, or when to eat them for maximum benefit. But what if there was a way to deliver the exact nutrients your eyes need at the exact time when they're most efficiently absorbed and utilized? That's what these 3 foods do, and the timing, before bed, is absolutely critical. Food number 1. Raw carrots with olive oil, the retinal regeneration foundation. Let's start with the foundation, raw carrots with extra virgin olive oil. Now I know what you're thinking. Carrots for eye health? That's the oldest advice in the book. You're right, but here's what almost nobody tells you. Eating carrots during the day, without fat and without proper timing, means you're likely absorbing less than 20% of their eye-protecting power. Here's why raw carrots before bed, specifically combined with olive oil, are so powerful. Carrots are rich in beta-carotene, a precursor to vitamin A, which is absolutely essential for the regeneration of rhodopsin, the light-sensitive pigment in your rod cells that allows you to see in low light. Without adequate vitamin A, your rod cells literally cannot function. But beta-carotene is fat-soluble. That means it cannot be absorbed through your intestinal wall without the presence of dietary fat. When you eat raw carrots alone, most of that beta-carotene passes straight through your digestive system without being absorbed. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that consuming beta-carotene with just 3 to 5 grams of fat increased absorption rates by over 600% compared to consuming it alone. That's where the olive oil comes in. Extra virgin olive oil contains monounsaturated fats that enhance the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins, but it does something else remarkable. It reduces systemic inflammation through compounds called polyphenols, which protect the delicate blood vessels in your eyes. Now, here's why the timing, before bed, matters so critically. During deep sleep, your body shifts into repair mode. Blood flow to your retinal tissue increases. Your photoreceptor cells begin their overnight regeneration cycle. Research from Johns Hopkins University showed that retinal repair mechanisms are most active between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. during the deepest stages of non-REM sleep. If you consume beta-carotene 2 to 3 hours before bed, it's entering your bloodstream precisely when your eyes need it most. Your liver converts beta-carotene into active vitamin A. That vitamin A is then transported to your retina, where it's used immediately to regenerate rhodopsin and support the structural integrity of your photoreceptor cells. One of my patients, Margaret, age 71, came to see me frustrated and exhausted. "Dr. Anderson," she said, her voice tight with worry, "I can't drive at night anymore. Everything is just halos and glare. I feel like I'm losing my independence." She'd been eating carrots during the day for years, thinking she was doing the right thing, but her night vision kept getting worse. We made one simple change: 3 medium raw carrots, sliced thin, drizzled with 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, eaten 2 hours before bed every single night. The first week, nothing dramatic. But by week 2, Margaret called me. "I was reading in bed last night and realized I could actually see the page clearly without straining," she said, surprised. By week 4, she told me, "I drove to my daughter's house after sunset. No panic, no halos, just clear vision. 6 months later, her ophthalmologist measured her macular pigment density. It had increased by 18%. "I honestly thought you were a little crazy when you told me to eat carrots before bed," she admitted with a genuine smile. "But I can't argue with my vision. The improvement is real. That's not magic. That's beta-carotene reaching your retina at the exact time when your eyes are rebuilding themselves." Here's exactly how to prepare. Food, number 1. 3 medium raw carrots, about 150 grams. Wash thoroughly and slice into thin rounds or sticks. Drizzle with 1 tablespoon, 15 ml, extra virgin olive oil. Optional, add a pinch of sea salt for taste. Eat 2 to 3 hours before bed. Why raw? Cooking carrots breaks down some of the fiber and can reduce certain beneficial compounds. Raw carrots also require more chewing, which stimulates digestive enzymes and improves overall absorption. The mechanism is precise. When you consume beta-carotene with fat 2 to 3 hours before sleep, it's absorbed through your intestinal wall, transported to your liver, converted into retinol, active vitamin A, and delivered to your retina during the overnight repair window. Your rod cells use that retinol to regenerate rhodopsin, improving your ability to see in low light and reducing oxidative damage to photoreceptor cells. But carrots alone aren't enough. Your eyes need more than just vitamin A to fully repair themselves. They need targeted antioxidants that protect the macula, the central part of your retina responsible for sharp, detailed vision. That's where the second food comes in. Food number 2, steamed spinach with walnuts, the macular defense shield. The second food is steamed spinach combined with raw walnuts. This combination delivers 2 of the most critical nutrients for protecting and repairing the macula, lutein and zeaxanthin, along with omega-3 fatty acids in the form of alpha-linolenic acid, ALA. Let me explain why this matters so deeply for your aging eyes. Lutein and zeaxanthin are carotenoids, plant pigments that concentrate specifically in your macula, forming what researchers call macular pigment. This pigment acts as a natural filter, absorbing harmful blue light and neutralizing free radicals before they can damage your photoreceptor cells. After age 60, macular pigment density declines significantly. Studies published in Investigative Ophthalmology and Visual Science found that adults over 65 with low macular pigment density had a 400% higher risk of developing age-related macular degeneration compared to those with dense macular pigment. In other words, maintaining high levels of lutein and zeaxanthin in your macula isn't just about seeing better today, it's about protecting your vision for decades to come. Spinach is one of the richest sources of lutein available in any food. Just 1 cup of cooked spinach contains approximately 20 milligrams of lutein, far exceeding the 6 to 10 milligrams per day that research suggests is protective. But here's the key. Lutein, like beta-carotene, is fat-soluble, and steaming spinach, rather than eating it raw, dramatically increases its bioavailability. Research from Ohio State University showed that lightly steaming spinach breaks down the cell walls, releasing lutein in a form that's far easier for your intestines to absorb. When combined with a source of healthy fat, absorption rates can increase by up to 500%. That's where walnuts come in. Walnuts are the richest plant-based source of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically ALA. Your body converts a portion of ALA into DHA, the omega-3 fatty acid that's highly concentrated in the retina, particularly in the photoreceptor outer segments. DHA is essential for maintaining the structural integrity of photoreceptor cell membranes. Without adequate DHA, these membranes become rigid and dysfunctional. Your rods and cones literally cannot transmit visual signals efficiently. Studies from Harvard Medical School found that higher dietary intake of omega-3 fatty acids was associated with a 30% reduced risk of age-related macular degeneration in older adults. But it's not just about prevention. Omega-3s actively reduce inflammation in the retinal tissue, improve microcirculation, and enhance the delivery of other nutrients to your eyes. When you combine steamed spinach, lutein, and zeaxanthin with walnuts, omega-3 fats, you create a synergistic effect. The fats from the walnuts enable the absorption of lutein. The lutein protects your macula from oxidative damage. The omega-3s reduce inflammation and support cellular membrane health. And when you consume this combination before bed, those nutrients are delivered to your retina precisely when your eyes are undergoing their deepest repair cycles. I once had a patient, Dorothy, age 68, who came to me with early signs of macular degeneration. Her ophthalmologist had told her to take a multivitamin and hope for the best, but her vision continued to decline. She struggled to read. Colors seemed muted. Fine details disappeared. "Dr. Anderson," she said, visibly frustrated, "I don't want to go blind. Is there anything I can actually do?" We designed a simple protocol. 1 cup of lightly steamed spinach mixed with a small handful of raw walnuts, about 8-10 walnut halves, eaten 2 hours before bed every single night. Dorothy was skeptical. "Spinach and walnuts? That's going to save my vision?" "It's not magic," I told her. "It's biology. Your macula needs lutein and omega-3s to protect itself and repair damage. Right now, it's not getting enough. Let's change that." The first 2 weeks, she noticed nothing. By week 3, she mentioned offhandedly, "I was reading a recipe card yesterday and realized I didn't need my magnifying glass." By week 6, she said, "The sunset looked different last night, more vibrant. I thought maybe I was imagining it." 3 months later, her ophthalmologist re-examined her. Her macular pigment density had increased measurably. The early drusen deposits, tiny yellow spots indicating early macular degeneration, had not progressed. "Whatever you're doing," her ophthalmologist said, surprised, "keep doing it." Dorothy called me in tears. "I thought I was going to lose my sight," she said, "and all I needed was spinach and walnuts before bed." That's the power of delivering the right nutrients at the right time. Here's exactly how to prepare food number 2. 1 cup, about 180 grams, fresh spinach. Lightly steam for 2 to 3 minutes until wilted. Do not overcook. Remove from heat and let cool slightly. Top with 8 to 10 raw walnut halves, about 1 ounce or 28 grams. Optional, drizzle with a small amount of olive oil or lemon juice for flavor. Eat 2 to 3 hours before bed. Why steamed, not raw? Steaming breaks down oxalates in spinach, which can inhibit nutrient absorption, and softens cell walls, making lutein more bioavailable. But don't overcook. Excessive heat can degrade some of the delicate nutrients. The mechanism is clear. The lutein and zeaxanthin from the spinach are absorbed alongside the fats from the walnuts. During sleep, these carotenoids are transported through your bloodstream to your retina, where they integrate into the macular pigment layer. The omega-3 fatty acids from walnuts reduce retinal inflammation, improve microcirculation, and support photoreceptor membrane health. Together, they create a protective and regenerative environment for your aging eyes. But we're not done yet. There's one more food, one final piece of this puzzle, that completes the system and provides the mineral your eyes absolutely cannot function without. Food. Number 3. Pumpkin seeds, the zinc catalyst. The third food is raw pumpkin seeds. If carrots provide the vitamin A foundation and spinach delivers the macular defense shield, pumpkin seeds are the metabolic catalyst that allows everything else to work. Here's why. Your eyes contain the highest concentration of zinc of any tissue in your body. Zinc is essential for over 200 enzymatic reactions in your retina. It's required for the transport of vitamin A from your liver to your retina. It's a critical cofactor in the production of melanin, the pigment that protects your eyes from light damage. It supports the health of the retinal pigment epithelium, the layer of cells that nourishes your photoreceptors. Without adequate zinc, none of the other nutrients we've discussed can function properly. Research from the National Eye Institute found that zinc supplementation, combined with antioxidants, reduced the progression of advanced age-related macular degeneration by 25% over 5 years. But here's what most people don't realize. Zinc from whole food sources, particularly pumpkin seeds, is far more bioavailable and better tolerated than synthetic zinc supplements. Pumpkin seeds contain approximately 7 to 8 milligrams of zinc per ounce, nearly half the daily recommended intake for older adults. They also contain magnesium, which supports healthy blood pressure in the delicate capillaries of your eyes, and vitamin E, a fat-soluble antioxidant that protects retinal cell membranes from oxidative damage. But the timing, before bed, is once again critical. Zinc absorption is enhanced during overnight fasting. When you consume zinc-rich foods 2 to 3 hours before sleep, your body absorbs and utilizes that zinc more efficiently than if consumed during the day, alongside larger meals that contain phytates or calcium, both of which inhibit zinc absorption. Additionally, zinc plays a role in melatonin production, the hormone that regulates your sleep-wake cycle and also functions as a powerful antioxidant in your eyes. Consuming zinc before bed supports both restful sleep and overnight retinal repair. Let me tell you about Gerald, age 74. He came to see me with severe dry eyes and worsening night vision. His eyes felt gritty and uncomfortable, especially in the morning. He'd tried artificial tears, prescription drops, even punctal plugs to block tear drainage. Nothing helped. "Dr. Anderson," he said, exhausted, "my eyes hurt all the time. I wake up and they're crusted shut. I can't read for more than 10 minutes without them burning." I asked him a seemingly simple question. "What does your diet look like? Specifically, are you eating any seeds or nuts regularly?" He looked at me, confused. "Seeds? No. I eat pretty healthy otherwise, I think." There it was. We ran a simple blood test. His serum zinc levels were low normal, technically within range, but far below optimal for someone his age with active eye problems. I had Gerald add one simple thing to his nightly routine: 2 tablespoons of raw pumpkin seeds eaten about 2 hours before bed, every single night. The first week, nothing changed. But by the end of the second week, he called me. "My eyes don't feel as dry when I wake up," he said, cautiously optimistic. By week 4, he told me, "I'm not using artificial tears every hour anymore, maybe once or twice a day." By week 8, his ophthalmologist examined him and noted measurable improvement in his tear film quality. The chronic inflammation in his conjunctiva had decreased significantly. "I can't believe something as simple as pumpkin seeds made this much difference," Gerald said. "Why didn't anyone tell me this before?" The answer, unfortunately, is that most doctors simply aren't trained to think about food as medicine. They prescribe drops and medications without ever investigating the nutritional deficiencies that are causing the problem in the first place. But you now know better. Here's exactly how to prepare food. Number 3, 2 tablespoons, about 20 grams, raw pumpkin seeds, unsalted. No preparation needed. Eat them raw for maximum nutrient retention. Optional, lightly toast in a dry pan for 2 to 3 minutes if you prefer a crunchier texture, but avoid adding oil or salt. Eat 2 to 3 hours before bed. Why raw? Raw pumpkin seeds retain the highest levels of zinc, magnesium, and vitamin E. Roasting at high temperatures can degrade some of these nutrients. The mechanism is powerful. Zinc from pumpkin seeds is absorbed through your intestinal wall during the overnight fasting period. It's transported to your liver and then to your retina, where it serves as a cofactor for hundreds of enzymatic reactions. It enables the conversion of beta-carotene into active vitamin A. It supports the structural integrity of photoreceptor cells. It enhances the antioxidant capacity of your retinal pigment epithelium. Without zinc, the other 2 foods simply cannot deliver their full benefit. How to combine all 3 foods, your complete nightly protocol. Now that you understand each food individually, let's talk about how to combine them for maximum synergistic effect. The key is simplicity and consistency. Your exact nightly protocol: 2 to 3 hours before bed. 3 medium raw carrots, sliced, drizzled with 1 tablespoon extra virgin olive oil, 1 cup steamed spinach, lightly steamed 2 to 3 minutes, topped with 8 to 10 raw walnut halves, 2 tablespoons raw pumpkin seeds, eaten plain or mixed into the spinach. You can eat these 3 foods in any order, or even combine them into a single small evening meal or snack. The important factors are timing: 2 to 3 hours before sleep to allow digestion and nutrient absorption before you enter deep sleep cycles. Fat inclusion: the olive oil and walnuts ensure that fat-soluble nutrients, beta-carotene, lutein, zeaxanthin, vitamin E, are absorbed efficiently. Consistency: this isn't a one-time fix. Your eyes need these nutrients every single night to sustain repair and regeneration. Optional additions to enhance absorption: a small squeeze of lemon juice on the spinach. Vitamin C enhances iron absorption, which supports oxygenation of retinal tissue. A pinch of black pepper. Piperine enhances the absorption of fat-soluble nutrients. A small piece of avocado. Additional healthy fats to maximize carotenoid absorption. What to avoid: don't consume this protocol alongside calcium-rich foods, milk, cheese, yogurt, as calcium can inhibit zinc absorption. Avoid caffeine or alcohol close to bedtime, as both interfere with deep sleep cycles when retinal repair occurs. Don't skip nights thinking you can catch up later. Consistency is what drives cumulative improvement. Sample preparation. Total time: under 10 minutes. Wash and slice 3 raw carrots. Lightly steam 1 cup of fresh spinach, 2 to 3 minutes. Arrange spinach on a plate, top with walnuts and pumpkin seeds. Drizzle olive oil over the carrots. Eat slowly, chewing thoroughly. This becomes your nightly ritual. Simple, sustainable, powerful. What to expect, your vision repair timeline. Now, let me be absolutely clear about something critical. This is not a magic overnight cure. Your eyes have been declining for years, possibly decades. The nutrient deficits that led to weakened vision didn't happen in a week, and they won't be fully reversed in a week either. But here's what you can realistically expect if you follow this protocol consistently. In the first week, you likely won't notice any dramatic changes in your vision yet, but internally, your body is beginning to absorb and transport these nutrients to your retina. Your liver is converting beta-carotene into active vitamin A. Lutein and zeaxanthin are beginning to integrate into your macular pigment. Zinc is supporting enzymatic functions in your photoreceptor cells. During this first week, you might notice that you're sleeping slightly better. That's because the nutrients in these foods, particularly magnesium from pumpkin seeds and omega-3s from walnuts, support healthy sleep architecture. Don't be discouraged if your vision seems the same. The repair process is happening at the cellular level, invisibly. Weeks 2 to 3. This is when many people begin to notice subtle improvements. You might find that your eyes feel less dry or gritty in the morning. Reading fine print requires slightly less strain. Colors seem a bit more vivid. Glare from headlights or bright lights bothers you less. These changes are often so gradual that you might not even consciously notice them at first. But if you're paying genuine attention to how your eyes feel and function, you'll start to detect a difference. Around the 1-month mark, by 4 weeks of consistent nightly intake, the improvements become more obvious. Many patients report clearer vision, especially in low-light conditions, reduced eye fatigue after reading or screen time, improved contrast sensitivity, ability to distinguish objects from their background, less dryness and irritation. If you wear glasses, your prescription likely won't change yet. Structural changes in the eye take longer, but your visual comfort and clarity within your current prescription should improve noticeably. Months 2 to 3. This is when the cumulative effects become significant. By 3 months of consistent nightly intake, macular pigment density begins to increase measurably, if tested by an ophthalmologist. Night vision improves more dramatically, visual acuity stabilizes or even improves slightly. Chronic dry eye symptoms resolve for many people. This is also when the protective effects become critical. Even if you don't consciously notice day-to-day improvements, your eyes are building resilience against further age-related decline, 6 months to 1 year. With sustained consistency, the long-term benefits solidify. Macular pigment density can increase by 15 to 25% in many individuals. Risk of progression to advanced macular degeneration decreases significantly. Visual function stabilizes, and in some cases, measurably improves overall eye health. Tear production, retinal circulation, photoreceptor function reaches a healthier baseline. One critical point: consistency matters far more than perfection. If you miss a night here and there, it's not the end of the world. But for this protocol to work, you need to consume these 3 foods most nights, ideally at least 5 to 6 nights per week. Your eyes are regenerating every single night. The more consistently you provide them with the raw materials they need, the more effectively they can repair and protect themselves. Your eyes are waiting, your vision can improve, and it starts tonight with 3 simple foods before bed. This is Dr. Robert Anderson. Take care of your eyes. Take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next video.